Sacrifice your son Isaac as an offering. One day, at the age of 99, God said to Abraham, "As for Sarai, your wife, you are no longer to call her Sarai. Her name will be Sarah." "My Lord, Sarah means the mother of all nations, but we have none." "I will bless her name and will surely give you a son by her. I will bless her so that she will be the mother of nations. Kings of people will come from her." Abraham fell face down. He laughed and said to himself, "Will a child be born to me, 100 years old? And will Sarah, who is 90 years old, bear a child?" "Your wife Sarah will bear you a son, and you will call him Isaac. I will establish my covenant with him as an everlasting covenant for his descendants after him." The Lord appeared to Abraham near the great trees of Mamre and asked him, "Where is your wife Sarah?" "There, in the tent." "I will surely return to you about this time next year, and Sarah, your wife, will have a son." Now Sarah was listening at the entrance to the tent, which was behind him, and she laughed to herself as thought, "After I have become old and my husband is older than me, will I now have a baby?" Then the Lord said to Abraham, "Why did Sarah laugh and said, 'Will I really have a child now that I am old?' Is anything too hard for the Lord? I will return to you at the appointed time next year, and Sarah will have a son." Then the Lord took note of Sarah as he had said, and the Lord did for Sarah as he had promised. Sarah became pregnant and bore a son to Abraham in his old age at the very time God had promised him. Abraham gave the name Isaac to the son Sarah bore him. When his son Isaac was 8 days old, Abraham circumcised him as God commanded him. When Isaac grew old enough to carry the wood, God tested Abraham. He said to him, "Abraham." "Here I am." "Take your son, your only son Isaac, whom you love, and go to the region of Moriah. Sacrifice him there as a burnt offering on one of the mountains I will tell you about." Early the next morning, Abraham got up and saddled his donkey. He took with him 2 of his servants and his son Isaac. When he had cut enough wood for the burnt offering, he set out for the place God had told him about. On the 3rd day, Abraham looked up and saw the place in the distance. He said to his servant, "Stay here with the donkey while I and the boy go over there. We will worship, then we will come back to you." Abraham took the wood for the burnt offering and placed it on his son Isaac, and he himself carried the fire and the knife. "Dad?" "Yes, my son." "The fire and wood are here, but where is the lamb for the burnt offering?" "God himself will provide the lamb for the burnt offering, my son." Then went on together. When they reached the place God had told him about, Abraham built an altar there and arranged the wood on it. He bound his son Isaac and laid him on the altar, on top of the wood. Then he reached out his hand and took the knife to slay his son. But the angel of the Lord called out to him from heaven, "Abraham, Abraham." "Here I am." "Do not lay the hand on the boy. Don't do anything to him. Now I know that you fear God, because you have not withheld from me your son, your only son." Abraham looked up, and there in the thicket he saw a ram caught by its horn. He went over and took the ram and sacrificed it as the burnt offering instead of his son. The angel of the Lord called to Abraham from heaven a second time and said, "I swear by myself, declares the Lord, that because you have done this and have not withheld your son, your only son, I will surely bless you and make your descendants as numerous as the star in the sky and as the sand on the seashore. Your descendants will take possession on the cities of their enemy, and through your offspring all nations on earth will be blessed, because you have obeyed me." Then Abraham returned to his servants, and they set off together for Beersheba, and Abraham stayed in Beersheba. So Abraham called that place, "The Lord will provide," and to this day it is said, "On the mountain of the Lord it will be provided." Genesis chapter 22 verse 14.